Hey guys, it's Summing Rush. Today I'm going to be showing you how I like to set up my T-34-3. So, the T-34-3 is probably one of my favorite tier 8 mediums in the game. It's been a bit less given the new heavies and stuff, but still, it's a great tank and I really, really enjoy it. So, I'm hoping to give some sort of advice when it comes to setting up this vehicle. Now, what I do with my setup is I try to mitigate the two major weaknesses of this vehicle. It's got terrible gun handling and it's got terrible modules. So what a lot of times will happen is you're either going to miss a lot of shots, or if you take hits, you're going to get module damage. And the reason you get tons of module damage on this vehicle is because you've got the fuel tanks right here on the left side when you're looking at it. You've got the ammo rack on the right side when you're looking at it. And then the driver sits somewhere offset to the right side, like basically behind your clan avatar. That's my understanding of where everything is now. I'm not perfect, but you know, when you get hit in the front in this vehicle, you either get set on fire, or you lose your driver, or you get ammo racked, and that's just typical with this thing. So my setup reflects that reality. It just happens. So I try to mitigate that kind of thing with, basically all my crew skills on this tank. So what you can see I've done as far as the commander goes is I've got BIA all the way down. I've got Sixth Sense, which is obvious. My next skill is Jack of all trades. Now the reason I have Jack of all trades is because the driver, right, is right at the front. So you lose your driver often, and a lot of the times that you don't really want to blow a med kit just to heal your driver. So I find that Jack of all trades is really nice. I then use recon to increase my view range, and then I go firefighting. The reason I run firefighting is because I run food to deal with the terrible gun handling and DPM. So I've got firefighting all the way down for that reason, because again, obviously this thing gets lit on fire all the time. As far as the driver or the gunner goes, what I have is BIA, of course. That's to increase the DPM, the aim time, all that kind of thing. Repairs. The reason I run repairs on this vehicle is because a lot of times what will happen is that you're going to get tracked, and when you're sitting still in a medium tank that gets wrecked if it gets hit, that's not very good. So I don't really like to, well, first of all, I don't like to blow a large repair kit if my tracks get damaged, because for all I know, I'm going to get ammo racked my next hit, right? And I'm going to run to repair that. So I try to mitigate my usage of this large repair kit, and that's why I run repairs all the way down. Camo next is a given. It's a medium tank. After that, I have Snapshot. That's to deal with the gun handling. And again, I have firefighting, of course. For the driver, what I do is I've got BIA, repairs, camo, and then I run smooth ride. Again, that's to deal with the gun handling. Obviously this thing is terrible at shooting on the move, so smooth ride helps a bit. Then I go with firefighting, and then for the loader, what I will do is I will go BIA, repairs, camo, and then safe stowage. Now again, the ammo rack is at the front of this vehicle and most other Chinese mediums, so a lot of the time what will happen is if you get tracked at this angle, the shell will go through the track and into the ammo rack, and so this thing gets tracked and ammo racked all the time. And obviously I can use a large repair kit then, but again, it doesn't hurt to increase your ammo rack durability, so that's why I do that. Now again, you can see I run the firefighting, and that's, 5 skills, that's pretty much as good as you're going to get for most crews in this game. As far as the equipment goes, I run a GLD, and that's just because this is a 122 on a medium tank. The GLD, I would rather have the GLD over vents, and that's simply because hitting shots when you've got a 10-second reload is much more important than shooting faster, if that makes sense. So to me, I'd rather run the GLD because it means I'm going to hit more shots, and that's a lot more valuable to me than reloading 0.3 seconds faster in a tank that has an 11-second reload or whatever it is. So that's just my experience. I run the rammer because to me that's more valuable than running GLD, vents, and V-stab. Then I run a V-stab for obvious reasons. Obviously, that's going to increase your shooting on the move. It's going to mean you're better at snapshotting and things like that. So that's why I run this setup that I do. Now, when it comes to consumables, as you've noticed, I've played thousands of games in this tank, so it's just sort of a play for fun tank for me. I would suggest, if you're playing this thing to make credits, you run an automatic fire extinguisher, small repair kit, and a small first aid kit. That would be my advice if you're going for a, credit making tank. I would still recommend keeping the, maybe not the firefighting, but I would still recommend the general crew setup, and I would also recommend the, of course, the GLD, the rammer, and the V-stab, because the second you remove food, the gun handling gets significantly worse. And that's pretty much it. You can see I've got 25 AP, 13 heat, and 2 HE. HE on this vehicle actually works. You can actually use it as opposed to the other tier 8 mediums, which just don't have the HE capabilities to even reset a lot of the time. So this HE will actually do the job if you need it to, so I carry some of it, and I do 13 heat and 25 AP. So yeah, I mean, that's my T-34-3. I hope this video is helpful. If you want to see more, be sure to hit the like and the subscribe button, and I hope to see you around. Later, guys. Bye-bye.